Viewers, we're getting a breaking news from Jammu where a terror crackdown is underway in Poonch. In fact, explosives have been uncovered from this site. The Indian Army has busted yet another terror hideout in the Beri Rak area of Pendpar in Poonch. During an ongoing operation, ammunition and eatables were recovered from the hideout, which was used by the terrorists. This marks the second such hideout to be uncovered in Poonch in a 2-day-long operation by the Indian Army. In a massive anti-terror crackdown that's happening in Poonch, we're getting information that the Indian Army has now busted yet another terror hideout in the Beri Rak area of Pendpar in Poonch. All this during an ongoing operation. Viewers, I'd like to bring in my colleague Gursimran, who's joining us live from Jammu. Gursimran, take us through the attack that's been reported in Poonch. And as we learn that explosives and edibles have also been recovered by the Indian Army, which were potentially being used by the terrorists. What further details do we have?
See, in these 2 days long operation that was launched by the Indian Army, 2 terror hideouts have been busted. First, it was in the top area of the Mendhar, where the Indian Army has recovered 2 IEDs along with a half kilogram of the RDX and other explosives and some eatables from the top area of Mendhar. While the second hideout that has been busted by the Indian Army along with the Jammu and Kashmir police, this is in the Rakberi area of the Mendhar, from where the Indian Army has recovered some ammunition along with the eatables. So probably this hideout was being used by the terrorists to take shelter after carrying out or during survival in this area of the Mendhar in the Poonch, because there are credible inputs with the Jammu and Kashmir police as well as with the Indian Army that there is a presence of the terrorists in the area. And this recovery of 2 terror hideouts, busting of these 2 hideouts also indicates that the Indian Army and the Jammu and Kashmir police in a joint operations are now nearing closer to the group of the terrorists that are active in the area, because groups of Lashkar-e-Toiba infiltrated terrorists from Pakistan, they have been active in the area. They have carried out multiple terror attacks, be it the Bhattaduriya 1, Bhattaduriya 2, Dera Ki Gali, or even if we speak of the operation, the attack that was carried out on the Indian Army in the Shastar area, Dana Shastar. That all was done by the group of Pakistani terrorists, and that are still at large. But the recent operations that have been conducted by the Indian Army in last 2 days along with the Jammu and Kashmir police, which led to recovery of the 2 IEDs, half kilogram of RDX along with ammunition from the top area of the Mendhar, and the second operation that has been conducted by the Jammu and Kashmir police along with the Indian Army in the Rakberi area. They have recovered ammunition along with the eatables from a terror hideout, which clearly shows that the terrorists are still active in the area and are trying to survive so that they can carry out more and more terror strikes in the region. But in the last 1 week, we have seen intensified operations by the Jammu and Kashmir police as well as by the Indian Army. Jammu and Kashmir police is focusing on the overground network of Lashkar and Jaish, and more than 12 arrests have taken place, while on the other hand, Indian Army is decimating the infrastructure and also the arms and ammunition that have been kept or stored by the terrorists in the area.
Gursimran, this is also the second such incident to be reported from Poonch alone. So what other information can you take us, our viewers, through in terms of the timeline of the busts that are being conducted by the Indian Army, really?
See, it is in the last 2 days operation, since the timeline of the operation has not been shared by the Indian Army owing to the sensitivity of the operations, but it is in the last 2 days that the Indian Army has launched the operation. First recovery was made late last night, and yesterday evening, it was 5:10 in the evening when the first recovery was made from the top area of the Mendhar, in which 2 IEDs along with the RDX was recovered, and the second recovery that we are picking up has been made from the top area, and this includes the ammunition. We will be continuing with this rolling coverage as the forces intensified their anti-terror operations in Jammu and Kashmir on the overground network as well as the terror infrastructure in the region.